Hello and welcome. Echoes of Truth, a journey with Danny B. Funman, Mr. Minute. This episode is about learning how to let go of old wounds that haunt you every day. Let's begin, shall we? Ernest Becker, concept of transference, as discussed in his book, The Denial of Death, refers to the psychological process by which individuals protect their sense of meaning. When someone that you love has done a lot of damage and wounds to you while you've been growing, it's important to recognize that we have to deal with those emotions the best way possible so that we don't turn into that person. When someone truly loves you with all their heart, that person will always be there in your good time and in your dark days. Not someone that's always saying, I love you, you're the best, and the truth always comes out. When you truly need their financial help or emotional help, they're nowhere to be found. And if constantly they're making you feel bad about who you are and the way that they say things to you to offend you without even thinking, and when somebody's reached a certain age and they're doing that, it's wrong. So you only have one solution. You cannot have that person in your life. It does not matter who it is. If someone does damage to you and never gives you the motivation of life for good things and respects you and admire you, there's no reason why to keep that person in your life, no matter who they are. So remember, words don't mean anything if they don't have action behind them. What are the actions? I love my family. And how do I show it? I help them and I give them advice to make them a better person, to make their life easier without judging them, without putting shame in their life. You cannot love somebody and constantly be telling them things that are going to make them feel incompetent, because that's not what love is. Love is understanding. Love is caring. Love is showing with action how you feel about that person. Everything that we do has a cause and effect. And if you have someone in your family that you give value to what they say, and yet they talk bad at you, or they tell you that you're no good at certain things, or you'll never learn it, that's because that person never was able to accomplish their dreams, their goals, to be their own person. And it all depends how you were brought up. If you were brought up with love and respect and happiness at home, that's what you're always going to put out in the universe, because you're going to always represent those feelings. So what is the point? Always believe in yourself, in your thoughts. And remember, what people say and think about you has nothing to do with you, as long as they respect you. In what aspect? If someone that you respect hurts you, it hurts forever. Whenever you argue with someone you love, you never offend their person. What do I mean by offending their person? For instance, if your wife has big ears, you don't tell her, oh my God, you have disgusting ears. Look at those big ears. Because that kind of hurt stays with a person forever. Like that saying goes, the truth hurts. But if you just say silly things in that fight, it's forgiven. There's no wound created. So think before you speak, because not only is it going to hurt your partner, it will affect your relationship in a negative way. And that pain doesn't go away. And they may forgive you, but they won't forget. That memory doesn't go away. That insult stays with you for your whole life. Like some people, they spend their whole life telling their wife or their husband, you're old, you're this, you're that, insulting them. That kind of stuff does not allow a relationship to bloom in any way, no matter what kind of situation you're in. And we have to realize this. What are you putting your energy into? In America, we call it transfer of energy. Ernest Becker uses this transference. And what is it that you're transferring your emotions into? Ernest Becker says that a man needs two things. He needs to feel he's living a heroic life, and to also being remembered for the things that he did good in life. As we realize our immortality, humans need to feel that they belong to a certain group, to have that sense of belonging and purpose. For instance, a man will buy 3-4 cars And he does it because that's where he's transferring his energy and his lifestyle to. That way they feel they belong to a certain group, to a certain class. And more important, to feel that he's valuable, that he's got self-worth. But on the other hand, he gets more anxious, more anxiety about the way he's living, his thoughts, his nervous system, his being able to relax and rest when it calls to let the body just relax and chill out. So it's a give and take, and that's why we need to have that balance. So now that they're transferring all that energy into whatever it is that they put it into, they're not thinking about death, about the fact that they're not going to be around forever, because man knows his own mortality, and it scares the shit out of him. So we all need to find what it is that's going to give us that peace in our heart, so that we're not constantly living with that tension every single day, worrying. Because when we worry, two things happen to our body. It makes us sick, and it does not let us see the beautiful things that we need to feel and see. Some people use transference into the religion, into becoming a workaholic, into being an adulteress, into doing drugs, into buying constantly, into trying to impress people with things that they have. Try thinking things that stimulate you, that won't hurt you or hurt others in the long run. It's not about me all the time. If you want to be respected and admired, remember that a leader is a person that guides with example. They're not in the back with the whip telling them where to go. No, they're in front, shedding light on the path so others can reach their goals. And in closing, believe in what you think and make it happen. Create what you need to create. Reinvent yourself. You know, some people use drugs to numb their thoughts, and in that numbness, you only go to a darker side of life. So find something positive that you can do to make life easier without harming yourself and the ones you love. Because everything that we do has a cause and effect on everything and everyone around us. And whatever it is, if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And if it doesn't matter, why should you mind? It's your time, it's your chance, it's your choice, it's on you. Danny B. Funman, Mr. Minute.